Not now. I know. A lot of people wondered, is Canelo Alvarez still at the top of boxing?
Do you here with the 4 belts?
You know, everybody wants to know what you're going to do next. You have said repeatedly, Dmitry Bivol is the guy that you want. David Benavidez is out there as well. What do you want to do?
You know, everybody knows we want Bivol, the rematch with Bivol. If the fight with Bivol don't happening, then we'll see. I'm able to fight everybody.
Do you insist that fight be at 175 pounds?
Yeah, same rules, same terms, same everything.
Why is that important to you?
Because I just want it in that way.
You're going to enjoy this moment a little bit more?
I enjoy it a lot. But I'm going to still enjoy it.
Congratulations.
What's good, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, we just heard there from Canelo, and for me, it ain't looking too good. It ain't sounding too good, full stop, truth be known. I mean, the guy at the start of the interview says, or the interviewer asks him, are you still the king of boxing? And he says, oh, I've got all the belts, kind of thing. Yeah, that's the point. Like, you can't say you got all the belts and the man who beat you is pressing you at your weight. You know, listen, there was a time, when Canelo was Big Papi at 168. There was no real pressure. And even to this day, to be quite frank, Benavidez ain't no pressure for Canelo. Not after that performance with Caleb Plant. Benavidez needed to stop Plant to be any sort of pressure, because Canelo stopped him. And Canelo actually stopped Plant a lot easier than... Benavidez made a tough night of Plant. Canelo looked always in control, and the shots were bouncing off Canelo, whereas Benavidez was in there trying to politic with Plant. And let's be real here, Plant was ready to go. The last 4 rounds, Plant was hanging on by a thread, and Benavidez couldn't finish his lunch. Do you understand? So anyway, my point is, this talk about being the king, that was the case at one point. But now Bivol on your neck, yeah? Bivol will stay on this guy's neck at 168. So don't give me the whole, I'm still the king of boxing, look at the belts, because Bivol want your belts. Bivol going to take your lunch and take your belts. That's what I believe, if that happened. I don't care where it happens. Listen, that's the thing. And I said this a year ago. I'm glad that Team Bivol have finally seen some sense here, but they're a year late. Yeah? Everyone's kind of half forgotten now about Canelo losing to Bivol, in that sense. You have to hit while the iron's hot. I was saying, immediately after the Bivol win, Team Bivol should be out here pitching for the 168 fight. Instead, they go missing. That's when it was hot. That's when it's most painful for Canelo. Now it's kind of like, okay, take it or leave it. And that's what, in other interviews, Canelo said. Listen, if the Bivol fight doesn't happen, we'll look at something after that. Now, let's get to the turkey here. Canelo has no chance. No chance against Bivol 175. We've seen, and that's the thing. I agree with Bivol. We've seen how that goes already. And it's not like, fair enough, yeah? If Canelo had just fought Golovkin and just fought John Ryder and looked like he's improving still, there's some sort of argument there at least that says, listen, Canelo's still improving and there may be some magic possible 175, but it's actually the opposite. Canelo's looked washed against Golovkin. Golovkin's 50 years old. And Canelo was the one out of gas after 8 rounds. You can't gas. And we know when fighters move up in weight, they tend to gas more. Unless they're weight drained. Like obviously, if you're Ryan Garcia, he will have more cardio at 140 than 136. But when you're already moved up a whole bunch of weights, you're just adding mass then. You're just adding mass. And it showed in the Bivol fight. Canelo was not out on his feet, but Canelo was all out of tricks after about 6 rounds. And Bivol was teeing off on him. And Canelo had nothing left. Not to mention, all this up and down business, that doesn't help. You want to be consistently at a weight if you want to improve there. You can't be dipping down to 168 and then popping back up for the fight you lost. That's how I feel it. Well, that's what makes sense. So, at 175, we need to all agree, Canelo has no hope. Unless he pays some more judges, because let's be real here. There's no way Canelo, or Bivol, only won by 1 round. No way. Bivol won 8 rounds, 9 rounds. That's the baseline. We start at 8 or 9 rounds, and it goes up from there. Some people could say he won 10. The point is, Bivol was never troubled in that fight. Canelo looked... I mean, when was the last time we saw Canelo on the ropes? Ever. No one's put Canelo on. Even Golovkin, in the last 2 fights, didn't put Canelo on the ropes. Canelo was dominated by Bivol. And to be quite frank, Bivol looked like he was in second gear. I think Bivol's got another gear. If Canelo had a push, I think from Bivol's point of view, Bivol's not a Beterbiev. He's not going to come and take your head off, but I think Bivol was happy just to win, knowing how hard it is to win against Canelo. Let me not take any risk but the next time, someone with the IQ of Bivol, he's going to have Canelo dialed in. And I ain't going to lie, after 12 rounds, it looked like during the 12 rounds, it looked like Bivol had this guy's number. Bivol's only going to go away and have another camp and work on the exploits that were there. I didn't see Canelo have any exploits, have any ideas on how to beat Bivol at any point. Now, could they cook up an amazing game plan? Maybe, but listen, at 175, you have no hope. And I think Canelo knows that. I think that's why Canelo's being so defensive of 168, because he knows I ain't going to beat him at 175, so I need somewhere to go to. If Bivol takes this guy's lunch at 168, he's got nothing left. He can't go up to 175 because Beterbiev will smoke him. He can't stay at 168 because he's been topped. He'll have to go back down to 160 and start squabbling with Charlo. That's what the only option will be. Because Bivol, I hate to say it, but Bivol is the true 168 king right now. And part of me thinks that, Bivol's got a big fight with Beterbiev at some point, but after that, Bivol, if I was Bivol, because Canelo's only 33, I think Bivol's 31 or 32, so they're similar ages, but Canelo's got at least 2 years in the game. If I was Bivol, I'd fight Beterbiev. I've got him winning that fight. And then I'd make a run at 168 for mandatory. Oops. That's what I'd do if I was Bivol. Because if this guy don't want to fight at 168, make him fight you at 168. And every day I'd be on IG saying, listen man, you running, you're scary. And I hate to say it, Canelo's not a chicken. He's not like Mayweather who's going to fight bums. But this is the first time in a long time I've seen Canelo politicking, which is a shame. Oh, I don't want to lose my belts at 168. It's got to be 175. And his spin by saying, oh, well, the reason I don't want to fight at 168 because I don't want people to blame me for weight cutting. This guy's been weight cutting, or this guy's been draining people's weights and doing weird things with weights his whole career. So don't start that now. Fair enough, yeah. If Canelo was one of them guys who came in and said, listen, I fight at one weight, and I think even, the Golovkin fight wasn't a dodgy weight, but either way, he's been doing it. I think he may have even said about, initially in the first Golovkin fight, I think Canelo may have pitched 158 or something, initially. Some sort of weight clause. So he's been doing it his whole career. And now, the weight clause is actually beneficial for you. And it's not like you won the fight, fair enough, yeah. If Canelo had beat Bivol, and then Canelo was saying, oh, let's do it, or Bivol saying, let's do it at 168, it makes sense. Listen, I've already beat you, but you lost, yeah? You lost, which means two things. Number one, you need all the advantages you can get if you plan on winning, and that's what worries me. It worries me. I don't think Canelo planning on winning at 175. I don't think he is. Bottom line, you can't have a plan to win at 175. This is no. Listen, if Canelo pulls it off, then fair play to him. But there's no way on God's green earth I just can't see it myself. Not this Canelo as well. He looked worse every time we see him. Truth be known, he looked bad against Golovkin, and he looked even worse against Ryder. Couldn't finish his dinner. If you can't get rid of Ryder at 168, who's been stopped in his past, you ain't doing nothing with Bivol. The same with Golovkin. Golovkin 50 years old. If you can't hurt Golovkin at 50, you ain't doing nothing with Bivol at 175 or 168. So I hope Canelo, and that's the other thing I wanted to mention. The other factor is Bivol, he beat you, meaning that gives him some sort of clout. Now Canelo may still be the money man, but in terms of right now, Canelo should, if he respects the sport, he should humble himself and say, listen, bear in mind, people, Canelo dictated the terms in the first fight, which is what the A side does. But I don't care about commercial things. I care if you get your ass whooped here, it's your job and responsibility to go and get back by any means necessary. And it's not like, fair enough, yeah, if Bivol came out and said, well, we fought at 175, now I want to fight you at 180, I'd get that. Because it's like, well, Bivol, he already beat you and he's trying to make it even harder for you to win. But Bivol's doing you a favour. And that tells me that Canelo's politicking. He knows he's probably going to get beat again and don't want to. Because, again, Canelo's identity will be gone. He's known as the 168 boogeyman. He'll have nothing. He'll have no belts. And he'll have no home as well. 168 has been his home for like 5 years. He won't be able to go up. And going down, he ain't going to be doing that, I don't think. He'll have... Really, losing to Bivol at 168 retires Canelo, I think. Because the whole Benavidez shtick, yeah, it's still there for Benavidez. Of course, Benavidez wants a payout, but that's all it'll be, is a payout. It'll be a payday fight, won't it? Benavidez versus Canelo. It has no relevance. Benavidez versus Canelo only has relevance if Canelo has belts. If Canelo's the king. Now, Canelo's got these Roman Emperor, whatever you want to call it, on his head, but listen, man. The only Emperor, listen, Bivol is Big Daddy to you, and you've just admitted it yourself, yeah? Because Bivol's the winner, Bivol's the champion. If he wants to fight at 168, you say, listen, Bivol, I don't advise you coming down here, but if you want it there, you got it there. Oops. That's what would have been a boss move for me. Yeah? You beat me, and now, however you want it, you can get it. He ain't say that. Ooh. No, we do the same terms. You ain't the A-side no more. Commercially, you might still be, but I'm talking about from a masculinity point of view. He took your cherry. He took your soul. Yeah, if you want your soul and your masculinity back, you best go get it. And the terms Bivol's asking for aren't unfair. And to be honest, I haven't even heard Bivol talk about money. All I've heard Bivol talk about is the weight. And that ain't unreasonable. He beat you at 175 and really it was no contest. And now he wants to fight you in your own weight where you haven't got an excuse. I think even Canelo said at the time, I think the weight didn't help. So you can't say the weight didn't help. And now you're being offered a solution and you've got more problems. But anyway, we'll see how it plays out. If I was Team Bivol, I'd be on this guy's neck every other day or a couple of times a week. The problem is Eddie Hearn is Team Bivol. So it's all incestuous and Eddie Hearn's going to look out for Canelo, bottom line. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and let off the bell 100%.